It all started with this video, where a man claimed he had been punched in his sleep, but it continued through dozens of uploads that now feel like a disturbing video diary of two ordinary lives slowly turning into a nightmare. The channel was called Help with Advice. It only had 30 videos uploaded, but almost every single one felt more unsettling than the last. The first video on the channel was titled, Asleep Then Punched.
Motherfuckers. God damn it!
Sean.
And they just punched me in my stomach. Fucking bastards.
In it, according to the uploader, someone punched him hard in the stomach while he was sleeping. But the strange part is that, supposedly, no one else was in the house except him and his wife.
You wait till I find you.
Sean?
In the description, he explained the incident in detail. While I was sleeping, someone punched me hard in the stomach. After that, he uploaded a second video. The footage keeps going in and out of focus, and almost nothing actually happens in the video itself. But once again, the description gives more context. He claimed that signals were entering their home, that these signals were affecting their lives, and that all of their electronics had stopped working. He also claimed it was the same kind of technology the US had used during the Iraq War. His third video was titled, Shocking on Stomach. There isn't much happening in the video itself. The fourth video was called, Stomach Distended.
Evidence. Signal. My stomach feels extremely bloated. I've eaten nothing. Drinking very little.
In it, he says he isn't eating anything, but his stomach is still getting bigger. He also says he barely drinks anything, and that the pain in his stomach has gotten much worse. Near the end of the video, it looks like you can see his wife. The description makes his beliefs even clearer. Essentially, he claims the government is attacking them to cover up its corruption, using that same alleged military technology against them. The sixth video is titled, Clip Throwing Up While Being Tortured. In this video, you can see his wife. She looks unwell, drinking water and then spitting it out. In the description, he writes that after 3 years of living under these electric signals, her body could no longer handle it. So, according to them, she became sick because of these electronic signals. The video gives the impression that they believed some kind of conspiracy was being carried out against them. In the next video, he is simply lying down, but the description says that if you listen closely, you can hear military alternating frequencies. I tried listening for it many times, but I couldn't hear anything like that. After uploading more strange videos like this, he posted another one. In this video, he appears to be in severe pain in his leg, and you can see that he is living in a very dirty place.
Scalded my butt.
The description of the next video explains a lot more. He writes that Elazar Lee government is trying to harm them, and that they are not the only ones this is happening to. According to him, other people are experiencing it too. At one point, he mentions that he spoke with a former special operations officer who supposedly told him that these people know too much, and that this could become a problem for the government in the future. The next video is called Cow, and I can't show it here. Basically, it shows an animal in very poor condition while they record it, and according to them, the government was behind that too.
Somebody fed you some bad feed. Yeah. More of the water.
The next video is especially hard to watch because of its atmosphere. In it, a grown man breaks down emotionally right in front of the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna melt on your tongue. You can't do that. Sean. You gotta get some fluid in it. Come on, get some.
In several of the following videos, he literally says that something like tarp fabric can block signals from cell phones. The second to last video is titled Bike.
This is showing my bike. It's a 1998.
Basically, he says his bike broke because of the government's deadly signals. Someone pointed this out to him in the comments. The final video is called Generator.
It's a brand new generator. Brand spanking new. It's less than 200 hours on it.
He says he found proof. He had just bought a new generator, but only a few days later, it stopped working and had become heavily rusted. That was the last video ever uploaded to the channel. After that, Nothing else was posted. So what was actually going on here? I can't say for certain what was happening to them, but from the outside, it looks like a possible psychological crisis or intense paranoia. In states like that, a person can genuinely interpret ordinary events as part of a threat or conspiracy. Their mind starts connecting unrelated patterns and building a new story around them, a story they may deeply believe in. But what do you think was really happening here? Let me know in the comments. On April 4th, 2020, a man from Baltimore, Maryland, went live on his Facebook page and announced that he was hosting another game night. At the time, COVID restrictions were in place across the United States, and most people were stuck indoors with almost no real-life social interaction. But 24-year-old Ernest Wilson and his friends still decided to get together and spend the evening hanging out. Ernest often hosted parties built around board games, but he would turn them into a more adult version with his own rules. That night, the main game was supposed to be hide and seek. At first, Ernest invited people through Facebook and explained that this time, the gathering would not be held at his home, but at a rental property. He did not post the address publicly because it was a private event meant only for people he had personally invited. He specifically warned people not to bring anyone else without clearing it with him first. During the live stream, he even called out one viewer directly and made it clear that this person was not allowed to show up.
You're not invited. You're not pulling up on me. The person who just joined. If you're still watching, you're not invited. Because you don't fucking listen, and I'm gonna bang you in your mouth next time.
Who that person was and why Ernest reacted so strongly to them remains unknown. Later, Ernest started and stopped the live stream several times, showing how the party was going. A decent number of people had shown up, and closer to 2 a.m., the group decided to move on to the main event, hide and seek. In the final live stream from that night, the guests can be seen turning off the lights and getting ready to hide. Ernest himself steps outside and takes the role of the seeker.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can hear y'all. 14, 15. I can see y'all. 16, 17. Don't walk this way because you're going to get caught. 18, 19. Thank you. Go the other way. You're making it too easy. 20.
He starts counting, then comes back inside and begins searching the house for his friends. At first, everything looks like a normal, loud party. Ernest walks through the rooms, jokes around, and tries to find the people hiding. But then he notices that someone is trying to get in through the front door.
Get your dumb ass on the other side of this gate. Who the fuck? Dumb ass nigga. This can't be one of my friends. Fuck on the ground. Hey, Pud! Pull that shit up!
It seems Ernest thought it was one of the players trying to sneak around him from the other side. He locks the door and runs to the backyard, convinced he is about to find one of his friends. But in the backyard, he sees an unknown man climbing over the gate. At first, Ernest still does not seem to take the situation seriously. Judging by his reaction, he may have thought it was just someone trying to get into the party. But within seconds, it becomes clear that this was not one of his friends. And that is exactly when the live stream cuts off. After that, Ernest never went live again. According to people who were at the party, the unknown man climbed over the fence and began threatening the people inside. Guests later said he made it clear he was there for money. He was also accompanied by another person whom the guests did not recognize. Ernest tried to run, but he was caught inside the house. A few minutes later, the situation suddenly turned violent, and Ernest was fatally wounded. The two people quickly fled the scene. What makes the story even stranger is that none of the other guests were hurt, and according to some reports, nothing was even taken. Because of that, many people began to suspect that Ernest himself may have been the target, rather than this being a random robbery attempt. Investigators looked into the possibility of a robbery gone wrong. One reason was that Ernest had often posted things on social media that could attract dangerous attention. He had shown large amounts of money and other things that may have made him a target. Some people online speculated that the attack may have involved the same person Ernest had earlier warned not to come to the party, but as far as is known, that theory was never confirmed. Another popular theory was that someone close to Ernest may have known more than they were saying. After all, the address was not posted publicly, and these people appeared at the exact moment Ernest was outside, alone, in the dark. But there is no solid evidence for that theory either. In the end, Ernest Wilson's case remained unsolved. The identities of the people involved were never confirmed, the motive is still unclear, and the final live stream, which began as a normal game with friends, became the last time he was ever seen live. On February 10th, 2026, near one of the waterfalls in Sri Lanka, Malaysian blogger Farah Putri Mulyani was filming a travel vlog for her Instagram account. In the footage, you can see a natural pool surrounded by rocks. People are swimming, and everything seems calm. She is in the water, still recording, when suddenly, there's a commotion behind her. It turns out that a man nearby has started drowning.
Going after my injury at the sea. Why?
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry if nobody said. Okay. Oh man.
No, he was pulling me down. Oh God.
Thank you. Sorry, couldn't understand what it
Oh God.
You can hear his friends shouting, trying to get people's attention and calling for help. The blogger reacts immediately, swimming toward him into the deeper part of the pool. At that moment, the footage becomes chaotic. The camera shakes, and you can only see parts of what is happening. But she manages to reach the man and help bring him back to the surface. After that, she helps him get back to his friends. The man is pulled out of the water, and he survives. Later, the blogger posted the video and wrote that she had managed to save someone's life. It was also noted that the man himself did not thank her, only his friends did. Although, most likely, he was simply disoriented and in shock after what had happened. On January 14th, 2021, a guy named Pasha Brill set out to explore an abandoned military base, only to find out that it was still being guarded. And before long, someone started shooting at him. He later uploaded the video to his Instagram page under the title, "Worst Mistake of My Life." He had received classified coordinates for the base, which were known only on closed forums. Just a few years earlier, the place could not be found on any map. The coordinates led him deep into the forest, along overgrown railway tracks that stretched for several miles. Eventually, he reached the site. It looked as if no one had set foot there in decades. Abandoned warehouses, rusted gates, old hangars. According to some sources, the base had only been shut down 3 or 4 years earlier, but the decay made it feel much older. He'd already made his way through several structures and was about to leave when he noticed movement. Knowing it was risky to be there, he tried to stay quiet and avoided using his flashlight unless absolutely necessary. While checking out one of the abandoned buildings, he heard a noise. Someone was moving toward him.
Короче, ладно, я тихонечко. Так фонарик не будет уставать уже. Житусь.
When he tried to go around, gunshots rang out in the distance. Stepping into one of the buildings to catch his breath, he suddenly realized an armed man was standing right behind him. Fear and adrenaline disoriented him. He couldn't find his way out. Every so often he'd flick on the light, just enough to see, risking being spotted. He eventually hid in one of the hangars, deciding to wait until sunrise. Around 4 in the morning, he peeked outside and saw no sign of flashlights nearby. Maybe whoever was after him had left. What exactly is hidden in that abandoned military base remains a mystery to this day. It was supposed to be an ordinary ride through one of the most famous stretches of road in the country, a winding and dangerous route known as the Dragon. Along just 11 miles of US Route 129, there are 318 curves. The road runs along the Tennessee-North Carolina border and attracts motorcyclists from all over the world. On the morning of October 15th, 2016, 41-year-old Kevin Diepenbrock and his friend, 29-year-old Philip Polito, were riding through those turns together. But somewhere near mile marker 4, everything went wrong. Philip suddenly hit the brakes, and Kevin, who was riding close behind him, didn't have enough time to react. His motorcycle slammed into his friend's bike, and in a split second, both riders were thrown off the road, over the guardrail, and down a steep embankment. Philip fell first, about 50 feet down. Sadly, he could not be saved. Kevin fell even farther, more than 100 feet into the ravine, but somehow he survived. With serious injuries to his chest, back, and lungs, Kevin lay on the forest floor, barely able to move. He didn't know if help would ever come. All he could do was wait and record what he believed might be his final message to the people he loved. Using his phone, Kevin began recording messages for his family.
Hey everybody. That's all I can really say. About 10:30 this morning. Been laying here ever since. About 50 feet down in the ravine. Just want to say I love you guys. Sorry it's being stupid, but you know that's what I do. Mom, Dad, love you. Courtney, love you. Kirk and Marnie, Karen, Matt, love you guys. Take care.
The footage, later obtained by local news, shows a man in critical condition trying to reach his loved ones. In the final video, the screen is completely dark. Kevin's voice is barely audible. He says that he loves his family again, as if he isn't sure he'll get another chance.
Hey, 7 o'clock. They're just like 50 feet away. Alright. Love you. Love you, Courtney. Love you, Mom and Dad. A percent battery. It's 11 o'clock. Man, I wish you would call Tennessee.
All day, hundreds of motorcycles passed above him. He could hear them. Sometimes so close, it felt like they were only a few feet away, but no one could see him. No one knew he was there. He screamed. He called 911. He sent text messages that never went through, and only after nearly 30 hours did someone finally hear him. A group of motorcyclists stopped and called emergency services. Rescue crews arrived at the scene shortly after. The rescue was not simple. It took several responders, specialized rope equipment, and multiple trips up and down the steep slope just to stabilize him and bring him back up. When rescuers reached Kevin, he was alive, but in extremely serious condition. The first thing he asked was about his friend. He was airlifted to a nearby hospital in critical condition. Doctors later confirmed serious injuries to his chest, back, and lungs, along with extensive bruising. Kevin is still recovering, but he is alive, and what happened changed him deeply. In a later interview, Kevin said people should never forget to tell their loved ones how much they mean to them. He explained that while he was lying there, all he could think about was how people never say it enough, and never spend enough time with their families and the people closest to them. And it's true, because on a winding road where countless serious crashes have happened over the years, Kevin Diepenbrock came terrifyingly close to becoming just another name on that list. But instead, he survived, with a story and a second chance. Alan Tutorial is a YouTube channel, a strange series of 65 forgotten videos about a guy named Alan who films tutorial videos from inside his home. At first, they look like ordinary tutorials, but almost all of them are useless and absurd.
Hey guys, this is a new tutorial. First thing you gotta do is lay out your base. So you get 2 sticks of wood and a piece of paper. And then you need a bottle of Perrier. Once you get ready, you pour in the Perrier, and then you add more dirt. Oops. Perfect. Thanks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell your friends to do.
Alan shows viewers how to pick up a blue chair from the floor, how to fill a tiny trash can with dirt, or how to do things that have no practical purpose at all. In the beginning, it all seems strange, but mostly harmless. Then, little by little, the atmosphere starts to change. In one video, Alan hears loud knocking at the door and becomes visibly frightened.
Make a ruler. Who? Yeah? Okay, you make a ruler. Stop! Put it over. Stop it! No, stop. Anyways, once you have it done, you just hold on and do the tutorial. I'm almost done with the tutorial. Let me just finish. Stop.
In the next video, he somehow ends up locked inside his own closet.
Thanks for coming to my YouTube page. My name is Alan. I'm gonna do a new tutorial. Today's tutorial on how to get out of a dark room. You use your wood to prop it open, and once you're free, you can look around and try to see what else.
After that, his behavior becomes more and more disturbing. He starts getting scared of things happening around him. His tutorials lose whatever logic they had left, and the channel slowly turns from a parody of bad instructional videos into the story of a man whose life seems to be falling apart right in front of the viewer.
Once you're under the bed, you can just use boxes or hide yourself, used to protect your body.
One of the most important symbols in the series is the blue chair. In one video, Alan tries to explain how to pick it up from the floor, but he does it while clearly having an emotional breakdown.
Today I'm gonna do a new tutorial, how to pick up a chair if it falls down. First thing you need is just to lift. If you can't get the chair to come up, you just leave it on the ground.
Later, the color blue and different blue objects start appearing more and more often, almost as if they become the last thing Alan can hold on to. Then, the events grow even darker. In the air conditioner installation video, Alan gets injured, but instead of stopping, he keeps filming. Later, his belongings appear to be packed up, and judging by the videos, Alan ends up outside the house, seemingly forced to live on the streets. Even in that state, he continues making tutorials, trying to find food, protect himself from the rain, and hold on to some kind of familiar structure in his life. At one point, Alan ends up in an unknown room, where it seems like he is being forced to keep creating content. He tries to stop making tutorials and switches to strange news reports instead, but eventually returns to tutorials after he starts being paid for them. With each new video, the room around him becomes dirtier, and Alan himself looks more exhausted and lost. In the final part of the series, he manages to escape through a small hole in the wall, and then the video suddenly cuts off.
Uh-oh. Okay. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to it. Ow.
That became the last video ever uploaded to the channel. But if you look deeper, Alan Tutorial is not a real story. It is an ARG, and an experimental art project created by Alan Resnick, who plays the main character in all of these videos. The series began as a satire of low-quality, pointless tutorials that were everywhere on YouTube. Badly filmed, badly explained, and often completely useless videos. But over time, Resnick turned that idea into a full, unsettling story about a man slowly losing his grip on reality, clinging to his tutorials, repeated objects, and familiar routines. That is why Alan Tutorial can be understood on several levels at once. It works as a parody of garbage content, a creepy internet story, a commentary on the reuse of other people's videos, and a metaphor for what may be happening to a person behind the camera, while viewers only see strange content on the screen. And that is exactly why these videos, and the channel itself, are still remembered as some of the strangest and most unsettling things ever uploaded to YouTube.